Hey Kairos family, I hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday. We have a background change. If you have been with us for any days, you know that this is not a normal background. I want to put out a challenge for you guys. Who can guess where I am right now? You may or may not recognize this background. Hi Sammy Joe. Oh, I'm glad that you said that. So now I'll know to talk to you and not your mom. Perfect. Hi Emily, hi Lauren. Ooh, close. Very close, Sammy Joe. Very close noises. You hang out here on Wednesday nights, but it's not the youth room. But it does look like it. But there is some paint. We don't have this paint. We have full. I am in Claremont, yes. Okay, we also have this really cool tripod that I'm using, so maybe this will give it away as to where am I? You guys, pause due to poor connection. That is why I'm not filming at home, because of poor connection. So, I don't know if you guys saw the chair. I know, I miss church. It's so nice to come here. It's so nice to be here. It's weird to be here, which is weird that it's weird to be here. But yes, children's ministry. It's the study hall hang time room. Hi, Mom. So I'm hanging out in here. Thought this was a nice background, good lighting, so it's quiet too, which is really nice. No dog to interact or to disrupt us. No cars, no planes. This is nice. But yeah, so happy Tuesday, guys. I hope that you guys are having an awesome Tuesday. I'm missing you guys here at the church while I'm here. It's weird to have the building so empty. So I'm praying for the day that we get to see each other in person again. I know Greg. Sad no Greg. But yeah, so just know that we're praying over this church even while there's no people to minister in it. We're praying over the church, cleaning the church. I walked into this room. I don't know if this is a spoiler, but there's some interesting car project. I think I'm going to go ahead and assume that that's for the Pinewood Derby. But I don't know. But it's pretty fun. So that's exciting. I want to be a part of whatever's happening in this room. So exciting things are coming to Granite Creek, even though we're not able to fully be a part of it yet. But exciting things are happening. Dreams are coming to life here. It's really, really an amazing season. So I can't wait for all of you guys to be able to be back here in the building with us. But yeah, so let's get on with today. So today is actually all about memories. So before I share some of my memories, I want to specifically target you guys. What are some of your favorite memories here at the church? Since we're in this church building, what are some of your favorite memories here? So when prepping this, it reminded me of my favorites on my iPad. So I have a favorite album, and I actually get my pictures to then go on my watch as my favorites, because I absolutely love memories. I love taking pictures and taking videos. Sometimes I enjoy making videos out of the videos. Not all the time, I'm not very good at that, but I love scrapbooking and doing things like that. So like our yearbook that I'm making for us for this year, so exciting. So I love looking at memories. So let's look through a few of Mandy's favorite memories. And I'm gonna swipe, and I don't really know what's gonna come up. But these are my roommates from college. Oh, they're wonderful. They've taught me so much about life. They're amazing. What is that? Oh, a donkey. We went to go see Greg's mom in Arizona, and they took us to, I think it's Oakman, it's like a ghost town, and they had donkeys, so we pet the donkey. This is Greg and I think it's our 2-year dating anniversary. This back here is the bench that we used to sit on after school every day and talk for hours. And there came a point where some people asked us if we were dating, and we're like, no, we're just friends. And we're like, but you hang out at this bench every day until they close the gates. How are you guys not dating? What the heck? This is our bench again. I think that's a different anniversary. It is. Look at us. Aw, we really love that bench. I'm kind of scared to go back to Bonita High School and see if it's still there. If they are ever getting rid of it, I should buy it and make it one of our houses. Ostrich. We went to Solvang, and they have this place, I think it's on the way to Solvang. It's called Ostrich Land, where you get to feed ostriches. It is one of the most silly and terrifying things ever, because they eat like this. I kid you not, like this is their head, this is their neck, their really long, obnoxious neck, and they just like, it's ridiculous. But they're such large animals that it's so terrifying. Oh yes! Yard sale, VBS, camp, all-nighter, everything over the summer. Leading worship downstairs. Oh, I love it. Let's do one more. Oh, this is our, oh wow, this is like perfect season. This is our senior prom. Senior prom pictures. So fun. I'm not a fan of dances, so the dancing part wasn't very fun, but I love dressing up. And I was so excited because the necklace I was wearing, this is so pixelated, you will not be able to see. It's like a gold nugget, and it was something that my grandpa had left to us, to me one and then one for my sister. He had left those for us when he passed away. So it's been sitting in my cupboard for years and years, and I've only worn it for my wedding and for prom. So it's kind of fun to have those little moments. So I could go on and on and on and on and on and tell you guys all about my memories, but there's a reason why I'm talking to you guys about memories, and it's because our spiritual discipline, spiritual fitness attribute today is remembering. And you know, I will be honest, when I first saw this, I was like, remembering scripture? We already talked about that. And then, because I'd actually never heard of remembering as a spiritual discipline or spiritual practice, so I was learning something through this too. So it's really exciting. So remembering, I know I've told you guys this, I have a terrible memory, but I love memories, and I think maybe that's partially why I like recording things, so then I can look back and recall the good times and the memories. And I love writing down journals and all that, so that's really fun. Literally every church event, big or small, favorite. Oh yeah, first God Squad practice. Oh guys, I love doing all the summer event, pretty much any event with you guys. I love summertime is my favorite though, because we have some of the most fun events, like Color Wars. I love being able to just spray you with paint. It is so much fun. So fun. Also, those giant inflatable balls that we now have, like the hamster balls, those things are so fun. So I'm so excited for summertime, because it means we're probably gonna get to use those again. So exciting. Beach trips are amazing. Walking to the pier with you guys. We have some really good chats on those walks. So remembering things is so important when it comes to our relationship with Christ, because they allow us to help make decisions. So when we remember things, it helps us to make decisions. For example, I will remember not to ride a scooter with really long pants that drag, because I remember that caused my pants to get caught in the tire of my scooter and I fell and chipped my tooth. So I'll remember not to do that. I will also remember how much fun it was to do things like color war. So I'll remember to do those things again in the way that worked. So I also remember that it wasn't so fun to do it with the powder. Do you guys remember that? Like, think the very first Color Wars. I think Sammy, Joe, and Abigail, you guys had just joined the youth group for that, I believe. But I will remember not to do it that way, because it did not work very well, did not show up on white. It was basically like throwing flour on each other that was slightly pastel. Didn't really work very well, and it also smelled horrible. So remembering helps us to make decisions, build friendships, and it dictates how we go about our lives. I don't know if Noah's on here, but I know that he just got in a car accident, so I'm sure that he's going to remember that, and that's going to dictate how he drives in the future. And all of you guys, as soon as you have your first accident, you will have the same thing. I know for me, it changed the way I drove. I definitely was way more attentive, especially in the days right after. So we remember things, and when we remember things, it helps to form our future and helps us to change our future. Because I can remember or imagine like that I didn't remember how awful the first Color Wars was. Now, it wasn't awful because it wasn't fun. It was so much fun. It just didn't work well. It wasn't Color Wars, it was like Powder Wars. So imagine if I didn't remember that. We would probably do the same thing, same way again, and then it would be just as like, we're all wearing white and we still look like we're all wearing white. Whereas if you look at last year's Color Wars pictures, we're all head to toe covered. Some of us look like it's brown, and it's like, it's disgusting looking, but you're like, wow, they're covered with paint. So imagine if I didn't remember what the Color Wars was like from year to year, and I just kind of went with it and just did the same thing. So it's important that we do this with our spiritual life as well, that we remember things. One thing that immediately comes to mind when thinking about this idea of remembering in our spiritual life is the Israelites. When they, so in Exodus, we read the story of Moses freeing the Israelites from Egypt. And then they go into the desert and they experience some hardships in the desert. And they almost immediately forget what God did for them in freeing them from the Egyptians. We see them complaining about food and complaining about not having water. They constantly complain to Moses saying, why would you bring us out in the wilderness just to die? I wish that I was back with Egypt. At least then we had food. So they forgot how God had met them where they were at in Egypt and freed them. And they forgot that God's going to do the same with them in the wilderness. So in Deuteronomy 6, chapter 6, I always do that, verse 12 says, be careful not to forget the Lord who rescued you from slavery in the land of Egypt. Which I think if we don't remember that, I'm stumbling, I'm so excited about this phrase. If we don't remember all that God has done for us and all that he will do, then we're going to miss it. Then we're going to be stuck in an area where we can easily complain, and we're not going to be able to move forward and know, like, okay, because he's done this in the past, I know that he's going to do this for me in the future. So the I wrote Egyptians. It's Israelites. The Israelites knew that God was able to provide for them and care for them, because he's proven it so many times for them in the past. But for some reason, they're just like, no, this is the thing that God doesn't care about. And it did that so many times. And I know that sometimes I find myself doing that and falling into fear and being like, I know that God's provided me for things in the past, but I don't know, like, maybe he won't. But remember, we've been talking that God is such a good father and he cares about each and every one of us so deeply, and he's going to meet us where we're at. But sometimes we forget. So it's important to have this discipline of remembering things that God has done for you. And this is one reason why I love to do like our highs and our lows and finding ways that God has worked in our week, because sometimes it's easy to miss him. And if we constantly are missing God in the little moments, it's going to be kind of harder to see him in the big moments as well. So it's important to start recognizing where God is and remembering how he's working in us now, so that when we're in our desert moment, like the Israelites, that we don't get caught in complaining and griping about how God's not meeting us when he's going to. He just might not be providing for us in the way that we want. Like, I'm sure that the Israelites would have loved to have steak dinners and cakes and all that, and all they got was quail and manna. And water from a rock, which is amazing in itself. So we can all say like, oh, I want this, and then complain, but God has a specific thing in mind for us, and he's going to provide for us. It just might not be in the way that we expect or that we necessarily want, but God is going to be meeting us where we're at because he loves us. So another encouraging verse for you guys today is Hebrews 13:8. It says, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. So when we're talking about this idea of remembering, it's so important to remember that we serve and we follow a God who is never changing, which means that he will never stop loving you less than he does right now, which is enough to sacrifice his son for us on the cross. We just finished celebrating Easter about a month ago, and that was all for us. That was all for you, because Jesus loves you that much that he sacrificed himself for you on the cross. So because he's unchanging, his feelings about you will never change. If he had to do that again today, I know he would. I know that I wouldn't want him to do that for me, because having seen Passion of the Christ, it's horrible. It looks, that's a movie portrayal, but knowing that it was based off of something that actually had happened for me, like it's like really emotional and really awful to watch. But that's the Jesus that loves us. He would do it again in a second if he knew that it was gonna save us more, but fortunately he doesn't have to, because he's already done that. So I'm sure he's happy about that too, but I know that he would do it again in a second if he had to, for any reason. So today's our last day in this spiritual fit devotional. There we go, that's the word I'm looking for. So a question for you guys in closing is, in what areas of your life do you need to be reminded that God is with you? I think this is a very fitting time for this question, because we're on, I think, week 6 of quarantine, maybe week 6 of our devotional for sure, but I think it's week maybe 7 of quarantine then. So we've been in quarantine for a long time. Wow. So maybe some of you guys are in an extra lonely state of wondering, like, where is God? Why has God not ended this quarantine session? Why has God not put the world back together as it should be? So where do you need to be reminded that God is with you? Because God is always with us. It's just harder to see in some seasons. Like, I'm sure the Israelites knew that God was with them deep down inside, but in those moments they felt alone because they weren't immediately seeing that their needs were being provided for. So today is our last day, but it does not mean that this is the last day of our devotionals altogether. We will just be starting a new one tomorrow, and I have not had a chance to write down everyone's name who has entered. I have, but they're on like a list, so tomorrow during youth group we will announce the winner of the raffle for the Spiritually Fit Bible Study raffle. So tomorrow we'll be joining back here at 1 o'clock. Maybe not here, maybe it'll be at my house again if we get the internet working. I don't know. Spectrum, get on it. But we'll be back. So if you have any Bible studies that you've been perusing through, seeing like, oh, I would love to do this, let me know. Yeah. Tonight, if all works out well with the internet, we are planning to hang out in the Minecraft realm. So if anyone has any game suggestions for that, we can do another game. If you want to do Domed again, if you want to do, I think someone suggested Hunger Games. But yeah, if you guys want to play a specific game in the realm, we can work that out. Oh, internet sucks for you too. Yay! It's so sad that like this is like our one way to connect to people, and it's starting to fail. It's very much the enemy, in my opinion, like trying to make us all crazy because we're finding ways to connect, and he's gonna find ways to corrupt that. But yeah, I think you're right, Emily. I think a lot of people are on it, so it's kind of a struggle because everyone's on it for video streaming stuff too, which takes up a lot more space than just normal searches and all that. But it's been working fine for the past few weeks previously, so I don't know what's wrong with this week. And last week was pretty rough with our Zoom call, so I don't know what's up with that. But alright guys, well I hope you guys have an awesome day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for our Instagram live at 1 o'clock. Hopefully tonight at 6 o'clock for a Minecraft realm game. I will be planning to be in the realm once again if my internet works, but if not, that's okay. Oh, I thought that someone was gonna come say hi to you guys. Oh, hi Isaac. Sorry Isaac, I'm saying bye to everyone. So see you guys tonight or tomorrow, and I will announce the winner tomorrow. So see you guys later. Bye guys.